Hello students, good morning to all. Today we are going to discuss about the constructional details of DC machines. In this subject we are studying about DC generator as well as DC motors. For this, the same DC machine can be used as motor as well as generator. Because of its input signal, it can be act as a generator or motor. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about the constructional details of DC machines. This is the yoke. It acts as a outer cover for the whole machine. In this, the inner side of this yoke, the machine is provided here. So it acts as a outer cover for the whole machine, and it protects the machine from dust particles. It also carries the terminal box. For the giving or receiving signals from the motor or generator. Okay. Now the yoke consists of the field poles. The yoke consists of the field poles. Okay, this is the field poles. It is projected and fastened to the yoke with the help of chunk screws. These field poles are made of cast iron or sheet steel laminations. If we are using cast iron, means the capacity of the machine is low. If the capacity of the machine is high, that means for higher rating machines we are using the laminated poles. Okay, this is the poles. It is made of cast iron or sheet steel laminations. For lower capacity machines, these poles are made of single iron piece. That is cast iron. For higher capacity machines, these poles are made with laminations. If you are using lamination, means the eddy current losses occurred in these machines can be reduced. For eliminating or reducing the eddy current loss, we can't eliminate any of this loss. We just reducing this eddy current loss. We are using this kind of laminated poles. Okay. These poles carries the field winding. The field windings are wounded in the field poles. Okay. Upon application of the DC supply to these field poles, it produces, these field poles are energized. Okay, by applying DC supply to this field winding, the current flows through this field winding, then the field poles are energized, then it will produce the flux lines. Okay, for that field windings are wounded on the field poles. Okay, For this field coils, we are using farmer wound type coils. What is mean for farmer wound means the coil is not wounded here. We just taking a rectangular piece like this, rectangular iron piece like this, and then a coil is wounded here first, and this wounded coil is taken out from this place and it is fixed here, okay. This coil is called farmer wound coil, okay. Next, the poles are also above the poles. It carries shoe, that is pole shoe. This is called pole shoe. It is also made of cast iron or sheet steel laminations. The pole shoes are made of laminations to reduce eddy current losses. In modern machines, both pole core as well as pole shoe both are laminated one to reduce the eddy current losses. So this pole shoe is also made of cast steel or sheet steel laminations, cast iron or sheet steel laminations. This pole shoe serves two purposes. It serves two purposes. One is it distributes fluxes uniformly towards the armature. It distributes the flux produced by the feed poles towards the armature. Here the armature placed here inside the field poles. So therefore these pole shoes are spread the flux produced by the field poles towards the armature, okay. It also support the field winding. It also provide support to the field winding that does not come out from its place. Because we are using the farmer wound coil. We never wound the coils here. We just wound in this place and then that is fixed here. Therefore field coils are come out from its place easily while running the machines. That can be avoided by using this pole shoe, okay. The pole shoe serves two purposes. One is it distribute the flux produced by the field poles towards the armature winding. It also provides support for the field coils that does not come out from its place, okay. Next, this is the armature core. Here also we are using the cast steel or sheet steel laminated armature, okay. In its outer surface, there are lots of slots or cuts here for fixing armature winding. Otherwise the holes are provided in the outer surface for fixing the armature winding, okay. Here we are using three different types of slots. That is, one type is open type. In this type of slots, if your field windings are fixed like this, means it can be easily come out from its place when the motor is running, okay. And then the next one is, this is closed type slot. If you are using this type of slot means when the winding gets damaged after a long time, it is difficult to replace the winding. Okay. And the next type is semi-closed type slot. That means at the top of the slot it is slightly projected. That means the field coil does not, the armature coil does not come out from its place. And it also easily replaced when it gets damaged. Okay. Therefore, semi-closed type slots are generally used in armature slots. Okay. And then here also we are using the laminated armature core. Why we are using the laminated core? To avoid eddy current losses. Okay, to avoid eddy current losses. Okay. Next. This is the armature conductors. These black dots are represents the armature conductor or armature winding. These are all placing in the outer periphery of the armature core. Outer periphery of the armature core. Okay. Now you just remember its function. When the flux lines comes from the field poles, these armature conductors cut these flux lines. Then the EMF is induced in this conductor. That is collected and sent it to the load through commutator and brushes. Okay. This is the armature conductor or armature winding. Okay, it is made of copper material. These armature windings are connected together and it is connected with this commutator segment. This is the commutator segment, this circle that is segmented a lot, that is called commutator segment. Each segment is connected with the armature winding. Armature winding has two sides, coil side 1 and coil side 2. All these coil sides are connected with this commutator segment. This commutator is mainly used to convert the alternating current produced in this armature winding. Alternating current produced or induced in this armature winding into direct current or unidirectional current. We already learned in our working the commutator split, that is split ring is mainly used to convert the alternating current produced in the armature winding into direct current. Okay. This converted direct current is collected by these brushes, that is projected and pressed against this commutator segment. Okay, that the two brushes are here, two carbon high resistance carbon brushes are used here that are projected against this commutator segment and it is connected to the external load through terminals. Okay, these are projected against the commutator segment. These carbon brushes are mainly used to collect current from this commutator segment and send this to load. Okay, this is the and also one more thing I will told you, that is this is the moving a machine has lot of moving parts, means here we are using the ball bearings. Here we are using the ball bearings. Okay, this is the constructional details of DC machines. I already told you the constructional details of DC generator as well as the constructional details of DC motor, all are, and the constructional details of DC machine, all are same, because the same machine act as a motor as well as generator. It is depends on the application of input. If we are providing the input signal as electrical signal, electrical supply means the machine act as a motor and it provides the rotation as output. If we are giving the mechanical energy as input, if we are giving the mechanical energy as input means the same machine act as a generator and it provides electrical energy as output. Okay, this is the general constructional details of DC machines. It is the very important thing we must know before studying about the types of DC machines. Okay, it is necessary to mark all the parts correctly. It is necessary to mark all the parts correctly and explain the function of each part clearly. Okay students, thank you for watching. If you have any doubt, ask me through our classroom, Google Classroom. Okay students, thank you.